how's it going? Just going to do a little bit of an on-bike review of my 2020 Norco Optic C3. So I've had this bike for about 3 weeks, so getting to know it pretty well, and come here to Eagle Mountain Bike Park because I think that's probably the kind of place where this sort of bike shines the most. So going to do a bit of onboard commentary and talk about my experience with the bike. It's fairly close to stock. Obviously I've changed the grips and I've added some mallet pedals. The chain was too long from the shop I got it from, so shortened that. Good buddy at Velomec has put in front and rear cush core for me, because this sort of bike with its shorter travel definitely benefits from that. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty stock. I'm getting on okay with the tyres. Haven't really used Schwalbe much before, but they seem pretty good so far. I've set it up according to the Ride Aligned program, which I put it on the expert setting, but it was actually a little bit soft, I would say, when I was bottoming out too much. So the way I have it set up now, so I'm 68 kilograms, probably about 71 or so geared up, and I'm running 75 PSI in the fork, which is the Pike Select, and 185 in the rear with the stock 4.5 tokens. But it does have the Super Deluxe Ultimate DH, which is common across all models of this bike, like all the specs, and it's super firm. The compression tune in it is very, very firm, but I don't mind that. It's the kind of bike that will punish you if you're not on top of your game, but I don't mind that because it's kind of helping me to up my skills a little bit. So yeah, that's a bit of an overview on it. So we'll yeah, jump on board and have a bit of a suss. Alrighty, so gonna try just a little bit of technical single track to start with. Center over here. Very good pedaling platform, and I think that rear shock helps quite a lot. Handles very well. Still getting used to what kind of riding position to have with this bike, because my other bike is very slack, and even though this is slack for a trail bike, it makes you feel a lot more upright, whereas on the other bike I feel very like I have to be very forward. Oh, just takes all these hits like they're nothing. Whew. It's very loose out here. So, a very nimble bike. Oh, here's a bit of chunk. No problem whatsoever. That modern geometry helps a lot, I think. Yeah, sweet. Oh yeah, this is where I wanted to go. Lots of tight sections. Ooh. Definitely takes a bit of getting used to how firm the bike is, but any softer, and I found that I was just bottoming it out a lot, even with all those tokens in the rear. So quick to accelerate. Oh, motors. Just pump the rock garden. A little bit more technical. No sweat. Oh, some work's been done here. Optic just freaking loves it. Wow, that section's really cool now. Some great work been done there. Let's see if we can do a bit of technical climbing. Oh, it's windy. Oh, straight up. Climbs super well. Yeah. No sweat. See if I can get up this bit. Pretty challenging bit. Oh, how good is that? Just point and shoot, even uphill. Oh, that's a big tick for me. Alright, so it's been pretty good so far. Probably my only complaint is that the NX drivetrain is pretty loud. I probably can't even hear it there. Yeah, it's when you get moving, the derailleur is super loud, and that's kind of annoying, but that's a minor thing. My other bike had an NX drivetrain and I just changed it to a GX derailleur. And I literally haven't had to touch the cable for about a year. Oh, the other thing, actually I have another complaint. These brakes, they'll stop you. So they're a Shimano, I think they're like a, what does it say, MT401, it says in there. Yeah, so I think that's the entry-level 4-piston. Yeah, they work, but gee, they're noisy and inconsistent, so not my favorite brakes I've used. I prefer SRAM codes generally, but they'll do the trick for now. But let's test out some small amounts of tech and some flowy berms, see how that's going. Oh, this accelerates so hard. Lovely. I forgot where we were going then for a moment. Ooh. Nice. Ooh. Oh, that one I'm always a little bit scrappy at. Not too bad at all. The pinch is obviously not much problem on this bike. Ooh, rocky berms. Just accelerate out of them. Oh, forget how tight a lot of this stuff is here. So even if you're riding scrappy like me, getting all that speed back is just a couple of pumps away. I should talk about the sizing for a minute. So I'm 172 centimeters, just scraping into 5'8". This is a medium frame. 450 reach. I have, so the rider line suggests that I have 10mm spacers and 760 wide bars. So because these DMR def grips add 10mm to your width, I chop the bars to 750, and I'd say they're pretty bang on with that. The fit of the frame is quite good. It's a little unusual to ride a bike with a long reach but a short wheelbase, so I'm kind of getting used to that. It feels pretty natural, to be honest, but it's just not what I'm used to. I'm used to bikes with longer reach requiring you to be fairly forward and attacking all the time, where this bike is a bit more responsive to riding in a fairly neutral and central position. I'm pretty happy with the sizing. I probably could ride a bigger one if I was racing enduro on it, but I kind of feel like it's just the wrong bike for that. Like, I would be asking it to do things that it doesn't necessarily need to. So for its purpose for trail riding, I think it's the exact right size for me personally. Short chainstays, 430, I guess we're calling that short these days, but the overall balance of the bike is really good. So my first bike this short in travel, so there's, yeah, the wheelbase being a bit shorter takes a little getting used to, but overall it's just a really balanced package, and I would say follow their recommendations for the way to set it up for your riding style. And then the rider line suspension setup is a good it's a good baseline. I've actually gone up a little bit, so we'll have a look at what sag it's sitting in both ends. So if I just put all my weight on, let's have a look. So that's only about 12 or 13% sag in the front, but that feels pretty bang on, and I can bottom that out still. Actually looks like just a bit over 30 in the rear, so maybe I can actually even go up a little bit there, but it feels pretty good for now. Pretty compliant but firm. So if you want to ride this bike pretty hard, it seems like they're pretty good settings. So yeah, fit wise, pretty good. I must admit, I'm not always fantastic at this particular trail. There's a couple of fairly techie bits and a huge pinch climb, which is actually probably something I'm good at, but the really tight corners and the loose parts on here I've never been that flash at. But yeah, it should be a good test then, because yeah, I'm usually pretty average at this one. So this bike, I think, will probably excel in this kind of terrain, but we'll find out. Couple of chutes. This bit, oh, no sweat on the Optic. I've literally struggled with that for so long. The thing that really stands out to me here is the handling of the bike. There we go, there's going to be a big pinch climb. Watch your hand there. Oh. Oh. No sweat. Mate, this thing is a beast. I don't know if that makes the corner easier. Can't really come to Eagle without riding the mixer, and there's definitely enough gnar there to see what this little rig can take. So see how we're feeling. I don't think I'll go any further than sort of past the creek jump, because I just can't be bothered climbing all the way back up. But here we go. No sweat making that jump. Oh, fork feels good. Shock feels good. Oh, there's an extra line in there. Didn't know about that. It's a sneaky insight. Try and take some of the rougher stuff. Not too bad at all, eh? That corner has lost some of its steepness, which is a bummer. All seems a little different here. Like, it's all pretty eroded. No worries for the creek gap. Yeah, we won't go all the way down. So, little bike camp party. Oh, that wasn't too bad. So I should comment on just how this bike climbs in general, rather than just the technical stuff. It's pretty easy. Often it's so easy that I actually don't realise that I'm in some of the harder gears on the cassette, and I find myself having to shift to a bigger cog and realising that it is just like such a good climbing bike. To compare it to other bikes, the only other bike I've ridden that climbed better was a carbon or by a hardtail, for pretty obvious reasons. There's actually a purpose-built cross-country race bike. This is definitely more work than that, but it's not as far for another run. It's was pretty fun. This track's called Jammin'. That's a bit better. Oh. I don't think that's how it's exactly supposed to go, but you know. Whoa. Bit more of a pull than it seems like. main thing is this bike is a lot of fun. Ready to pop off anything you got for it. Super capable. I love it. I actually think that this is the perfect bike for me, to be honest. Though I do have a 2020 Enduro coming pretty soon, so I guess we'll find out which one I like better, but I predict that this will be the bike I use the most. So yeah. Well, I guess that's pretty much the end of this short-term review of my Norco Optic C3 2020 short travel 29er. Hopefully you've been able to see today that it can pretty much handle whatever you throw at it. If you're on the fence about a bike like this, thinking it's not going to be able to handle rough riding or be too much of a pig up hills, then get those things out of your head, because it can do pretty much everything well. It's as close to a quiver killer as I can imagine. So yeah, 2020 Norco Optic C3, big thumbs up. Thanks. Leave me some feedback on this review if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know. Obviously this is my first attempt at one, so if you want to see more of this, let me know in the comments, and hopefully see you next time. All right, peace.